What is going on, guys? Judo Sloth here, and welcome to a new Clash of Clans series, we'll call it, but it's basically just a new way of breaking down war recaps here at Red Elite, and I wanted to do something a little bit differently. So what I'm going to do throughout this series is bring you our wars recapped through every Town Hall level. I'll bring attacks at, in this one, Town Hall 9, 10 and 11, but I will also show you the base layouts that we most struggled with at them Town Hall levels as well. If you do want to join us here at Red Elite, we are recruiting max Town Hall 9s, that is attacking and defending, and max Town Hall 10s. The Discord link is on the screen there now, guys. Now first up, this is the Town Hall 11 base that we most struggled with. As you can see, we did get the 2-star, but not too high of a percentage. Basically, you can see the layout itself, it kind of teases you in from the top here, and it is more of an anti-3 layout. There was 3 Teslas next to the Archer Tower here, and a double giant bomb set next to the Town Hall as well, so it almost tempts you in with a Bow Witch from that side, and then crushes you with a lot more damage. Let's dive into the first attack, then we will get into the other bases as well. The first one I want to bring you is a very well performed Town Hall 10 3-star Lava Loon attack. What I like about this one, it does have the multi-target infernos, which you won't see a lot of the time now. A lot of the meta is single, but for Lava Loon it's probably worse off to have multi. So with this single target, we'd probably hit this base even better because of the balloons. But what I do like about this is how we walk the queen initially and then charge into the base as well. So just a single baby dragon sets that funnel at the north, whilst the queen walks down towards 6 o'clock. Then she's going to be able to break in. Now the good thing about the multi-inferno is that you can charge that queen in without the worry about her going down quickly. You tend to be able to charge her through the base with the rage spells quite nicely. So as she comes down the bottom here, she's going to get the king, but obviously that's not too much of an issue in terms of the Lava Loon anyway. Is going to get a wizard tower down here, which is nice, and then break her into this compartment by the air defense. What is good in terms of value is the CC, and then you will see the air defense, air sweeper, and getting into the middle there, we'll even get a few more higher damage buildings as well. All we need to do though is set that funnel down in the south, which kind of has already been done. We can make sure that if we brought the balloons in, let's say from the top of the base, they wouldn't be drawn down to the bottom here. We've already taken the defenses out there. So with the multi-infernos, you do want to try and take one of them out, which is, as we've explained, quite easy with the queen charge when it's not going to get locked onto, but the multi-infernos can shred your balloons. So like we said, coming in from the top of the base, you can see how the defenses now kind of merge together, and coming in from each and every angle with the balloons early on means we can merge them together towards this multi-inferno. And again, guys, I say it time and time again, but that is where you then want to use your main spells. As you can see, a beautiful use of the heal spell means that them balloons are going to be well protected over the top of that inferno tower, and a few extra balloons just sprinkled in at the background means we can circle onto these defenses, distract the fire from the balloons coming through, but it really didn't matter too much. There wasn't any splash damage or anything like that. The balloons coming through would have been able to take down that base, and just look at how many is left over alongside the queen with the healers and the minions and lava pups. It was just a brilliant display at Town Hall 10. Again, we are recruiting max Town Hall 10 if you do want to join us. In terms of Town Hall 10, this was the base that we most struggled with. I believe there was a Tesla farm down at the bottom here, kind of almost giving away the Town Hall 9 being able to attack this, but obviously that doesn't matter too much. You need to be able to clear the 10s nowadays. So there was a Tesla farm down at the bottom here. Giant bombs were kind of spread around the base, but as you can see, we did have to dip in order to take this one. So there you are, guys. That was the base design that we did most struggle with. Hopefully this series starts to give you a few other ideas in terms of base designs as well. I don't tend to bring base design videos, to be honest, but hopefully this one will help to bridge that gap a little bit. Now in terms of my attack here, I did get a little bit lucky towards the end. I thought I'd be a little bit better off than this, but basically towards the end, as you can see, it was a tie. We lost on percent in fact, and myself and one of our other Townhall 11 players got a 3-star attack right at the end, put us in the lead, and they clutched another 3-star attack as well at Townhall 11, so credit to them. Anyway, I felt like I needed a giant down in the bottom of the base in order to tank initially whilst I got my witches in, just because of the archer tower in the bottom and that wizard tower. My queen would be fine walking around the top, but this attack was all about controlling the bowlers. I had to make sure they only went into this compartment and then through into the middle, and I thought they were going to go into this little gap here. As they kind of split, I thought they were going to go into that gap where the witch is and take out the single inferno. As you can see, it doesn't happen. They split either side, and that leaves me vulnerable. That is the main thing. I've explained this strategy, guys. It will be linked in the top right, but basically you're counting on your queen to finish off these final defenses, but one thing that will stand in your way is a single target inferno that isn't on the edge of the base either. It's kind of deeper into the base. Fortunately, the healers come in clutch, switching across to the bowlers, which allowed them to get the final few defenses down, get a good amount of damage onto the inferno, because honestly, if they hadn't have got that damage, I know they didn't take it down, it would have been close, guys, and I probably wouldn't have even got it either. The air skeletons provided a bit more distraction for my queen as well, but we did indeed get the 3-star, which is always nice. Let's move down to a Townhall 9 attack. This one by Mimo, and it is a nice display of using the golems and the bowlers through the base itself. Or at least I think this is the replay I'd watched prior to this. I did watch all the replay, tried to select just a few of them, guys. That was the best, but basically, yes, this is the one that I was thinking of. It's a nice display of using the queen to take out a section of the base, the golems and the wizards, and then purely using the bowlers through the base itself. So you can see the queen is going to come right down the side, and there's a lot of point defense and wizard towers here in terms of splash damage that she can get value of, and she's going to continue that as she moves around the base. An important factor for this strategy in terms of using the bowlers in order to take out the main portion of the base is being able to jump to both infernos. You can see we can do that nicely via the jump spell at the top, and there'll be another one comes in at the bottom here. Use a couple of golems first. That's going to create the tankage for your wizards to create that funnel, because you do not want your bowlers walking around the outside. The last thing you want is them going around. You need to make an extra wide funnel, guys. Double giant bomb does do decent amounts of damage onto the golem, but the bowlers standing that little way back, obviously very nice indeed with that one. It's actually the king that gets through and finishes off the export the back here, but once they've kind of hollowed out the core, it's very similar to the bow witch attack that we show you at Townhall 10 and 11. You have the queen walk coming around the outside. She has them healers. She's more than protected. Really, she's going to be fine finishing off these final few defenses, but very patient in holding on to a few wizards as well. As the defenses get distracted, just bring them in to clean out the trash buildings, and then a balloon as well just to help out for good measure. Very nice control there of the Townhall 9 attack. Brilliant patience in order to hold on to them wizards, get that funnel set, and you have seen that attack on my channel as well by Jeshu, who did a pro tips episode, so make sure to go and check that out. I'll make sure to link it in the top right as well. This was the Townhall 9 base that we struggled with the most. To be honest, guys, we took down the Townhall 9s relatively okay. I believe this one needed a couple of shots, though. I think it was even 3. So that's why it is obviously up there as the most difficult base for us in this war. Now, there wasn't really any section in terms of Teslas or giant bombs. They were kind of spread out around the base. I believe these channels had a Tesla in each. Giant bombs were next to kind of the splash damage, as you would imagine. But we did actually have a very nice attack by YOLO, which took that down. Let's show you Let's show you this attack though, because I felt it was a nice use of the Hog Riders in terms of selection of the base, and then we'll wrap up this video. I hope you've enjoyed this little bit variety, just a little bit more in terms of laid back, in terms of recapping the wars, but also showing you some bases we struggled with. I did obviously consider doing base layouts from ourselves, but to be honest, it just gets a bit more complicated in terms of asking people. It's a lot more legwork basically. So I will show you the bases we struggled with. We're a competitive clan. If we struggle with bases, they must be pretty good. So there you go. As the bowlers come through, I mean, we've said it before. Bowlers at Townhall 9 are simply the best troops. Look at how much they've wrecked this base. We basically just need Hog Riders on the back end, but look at how tight the defenses are together. There's no room for giant bombs, anything like that. So them few Hog Riders that we had are going to be able to take out them defenses easily. And just look at how many are left over, guys. This attack wasn't even close. I know it's not a max Townhall 9, but the attack was very nicely selected for the base. Plenty of Hog Riders for cleanup, as well as them other troops as well. Make sure to let me know what you think down in the comments. Did you enjoy this type of war recap? I'll hopefully bring some more to you, but that will wrap it up for this one. I've been your host, Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out, guys.